Okay, today's video, we're going to talk about the Crieto Retail Media Platform. And what this is going to do to get you to advertise on sites like Target, BestBuy.com, Costco.com, CVS.com, and get returns like we have shown for a couple companies that we've done this for already in the space. Or in the e-commerce / product, consumable, or just product space in general. If you sell a product, this can work for you. And get returns over 800% ROAS or ROI on the campaigns that we generate and run through this Crieto Retail Media Platform. So if you're considering this platform or don't know what this platform is, but you sell a product, you should definitely watch this video to the end. I'm going to explain what you want to do with this to be able to get a return like this, and then I'll go further in detail about how we got these results for the couple companies where we had gotten the results for in our agency. So with that said, to get into the content, what this platform does is it allows you to advertise like you would normally advertise on Amazon using sponsored product ads there, as well as on sites, or not sites, but on Walmart.com with sponsored product ads there, but on the following websites: Target, Best Buy, Costco's website at Costco.com, P&G's website. If you weren't aware, they have their own website that has all their products, which P&G is a huge company that has a bunch of consumer brands, you know, like Swiffer and Dawn dish soap and tons of different products. So they just came up with their own site, which is smart, to sell those products. And then they, they have ad blocks on there where you can advertise on their site through this Crieto Retail Media Platform. Anyway, you could advertise your quote-unquote sponsored product ads that you would advertise on, like with Amazon and Walmart, on Ulta Beauty, CVS, Levi's website, and on and on and on and on. So this is kind of similar to how you could think about, I don't know if you're familiar with, but Google has a program where you can run. So if you have a blog and you want to monetize your blog, you want to monetize the eyeballs on your blog, you go to Google through Google's AdSense program, and Google gives you a piece of web code, JavaScript code, to put on your blog. And then Google will push ads on your blog. Somebody clicks on your ad on your blog via this designated spot where the ads will go on your blog that you carve out for Google to run those ads. You get a piece of the money of the person who wanted to run an ad on your site. So Google plays the middleman between the person who wants to advertise on your blog or on the blog and the blog owner itself. Google takes half of the money that the advertiser is willing to pay to advertise on that blog, and the blog owner gets the other half of the money. Well, that system in itself is the same system that the Crieto Retail Platform offers. Crieto is ultimately taking a cut of the advertising spend of people like yourself that has a retail business and selling products to, or could be direct-to-consumer manufacturing brands, to advertise on these sites. So they just, there's a part of their website that they designate for outside ads on Target.com or BestBuy.com or whatever. And Crieto, that if you get on Crieto's platform, then they then allow you to get on these websites like this without having to have a relationship with Costco.com and P&G and so on and so forth. Now, naturally, Target.com isn't going to let you do this unless you sell on Target.com already, and some of these sites are definitely like that. But there are so many websites, so if you had no relationship whatsoever on these platforms, you could still get your ads on those sites 100% definitely. And the reason why it's so profitable is because people that are on these websites are people ready to spend money. It's the reason why Amazon ads work so good. People already have their wallet out, they're ready to buy something. They're not there because they don't want to buy something. Well, with the exception, certainly people go there to browse and don't want to buy anything, but it's loaded full of buyers who are ready to buy something. So when you could get an ad in front of that type of person versus somebody on the blog, like what we were talking about before, you can expect a higher return from your, per time that your ad shows. And with online ads, the game always is, how do I get an ad that gets users' attention at the highest rate possible? Given my ad every time it shows, I basically got to pay. They call it pay-per-click advertising, out there where you're advertising online, you're paying per click. But really, if your click-through rate on your ad that you're running online is lower, you're paying more for a click. So essentially, you're paying per time that the ad shows, effectively. And if you're going to advertise anywhere, you get the most attention from the type of buyers that when they click are going to pay off at the highest rate. You're going to get on these e-commerce sites where people are already ready to pay. When somebody's even, watching a YouTube video, advertising to someone there, the person, to get somebody that was watching a documentary video to stop what they were doing, even if that ad was good, to go to the site, whip out their credit card, it's difficult. Now, YouTube advertising, you can make up for it from the ads being so damn targeted to where if you're selling church glass repair, you can have an ad that shows up on how to fix church glass and then make up for the fact that it's hard to get them to actually pull out their credit card, punch all those numbers in and make a purchase. These people already have their credit card out, and on top of that, it is targeted. You can show up for, if you sell hand lotion, and right next to the other hand lotions on these websites. And there's sites in this list that are specialized to the type of product you have. If you sell electronics, it's great getting on Best Buy because they're already not only ready to buy something, but they're there because they're ready to buy electronics. And there's sites that are just for skincare. There's sites just for apparel that you can get on these sites, tons of them at once, without having to go to manage a bunch of different campaigns at a bunch of different sites or a bunch of relationships at a bunch of different sites. They're using this Crieto Retail Media Platform. So that's the gist of what this basically is and what the premise of it is and why it's so powerful. So what you could do is you could go through the sites and see if there's any sites that sell the category of products you sell. And if there is, you should use this. Okay? They let you use the product listing ads so that you basically show up, if you're selling hand lotion, you show up right next to the hand lotion, and so you could sell it on these sites. As well as you could run what are called programmatic ads, or use programmatic advertising on this Crieto Retail Media Platform as well. If you want to get in front of buyers that are buyers on these sites as well. So in other words, if you want to target somebody who's been on bestbuy.com and made a purchase while they're on weather.com, you can also do this by the Crieto Retail Media Platform. And in and itself isn't really highly useful because what's the difference if somebody's bought from Best Buy? Even if I sell electronics, it's not going to increase the likelihood that somebody sees my banner ad, because that's effectively what you're going to be able to advertise with there. Knowing if I sell a flat screen TV, knowing that somebody is a recent customer on bestbuy.com, is it going to increase the likelihood that someone sees my banner ad with a TV on it for sale to buy when they see that ad? It does increase it some, but not a lot. And unless you're already a big brand that you have to, you're really exhausting all the opportunities to advertise on the internet, it can be useful to you. But for most of you guys, you're nowhere near there yet, and you want to advertise in places where people are already just looking to buy, or they're looking for advice on how to buy, not just to show up on weather.com just because they were on bestbuy.com recently or whatnot. So that in and itself is an opportunity for some of you guys, but it should be used later on down the line when you've already gotten all the people who are ready to buy from your category or are doing research about your category, because those will be more profitable by default. So with that said, to give you a couple case studies here where we've already used Crieto Retail Marketing media platform to make money. We had a skincare brand where we ran ads on both Target and then also Ulta Beauty, which we have on the list here. And we got an 850% roughly ROAS or ROI running the Target product ads on Target.com. And running the similar product ads on Ulta Beauty, we got a 760% ROAS/ROI on that particular site. So, for that reason, it's just less competitive on outside of Target. Some of these no-name sites have very little demand for running ads on there. This is because this is so new. But like I said, it has somebody that's ready to buy. And if that person's already in that department, if you will, or category, looking for a product like what you have, there's no better place to run your ads than that. So you should definitely take advantage of it just for that reason alone. And don't just stick to the best, the top sites here. The magic, as we found, is in the no-name sites, but also have products like yours on those sites. So for a second case study / example, we had a company who sold a BBQ like rub and spices. So if you're going to do barbecue, there's certain spices and whatnot that you're going to use on that. And a lot of you guys that sell a product like this can't use Google ads because the ROI is not there. In terms of, yes, if somebody buys and they come back and they're a lifetime customer, you may be able to get a return, but the time it takes to get the return from the 15 future purchases they're going to make, unless you're a big company, you can't finance the campaign up front because the ROI is not there, or the ROI is at least not in the near future for you. So a much better route, obviously, is to advertise on Costco, on what am I about to say, Costco, Amazon and Walmart.com, because these people are already ready to buy, the conversion rates are higher, and so that it only takes 3 or 4 clicks to get a purchase instead of 30 clicks to get a purchase, and therefore it's front-end profitable, i.e. you don't have to wait for the repeat purchases to come in to get enough sales or a conversion rate high enough to cover the cost of what it took to get that initial sale. But to expand on that, that's where these other websites that let you get on these other smaller e-commerce sites comes in handy, because it works just as well as the Amazon and the Walmart. And we ran our particular product here where the client was already running on Amazon and Walmart, which you should already also be doing the Walmart and Amazon if you're going to go ahead and try the Crieto Retail Media Platform for yourself. Not to say you couldn't run the ads on the Crieto Retail Media Platform before Amazon or before Walmart. It just doesn't, for the most part, it doesn't make the most sense because there's a lot of volume there, even though the return/ROI could be higher. But we then also use this platform, this Crieto Retail Media Platform, to advertise on Costco.com and got a fantastic return there as well. 1,114% specifically was the last time I checked it. It's still ongoing. So this gives you a general idea. There'll be different sites that work for different product types, but there certainly is a lot of sites to advertise on that platform that you could choose from, and isn't hard at all to set it up. So with the effort necessary to get the return that you can get out of it is very, very low. It's very easy to set up these ads. It's not like setting up a Google campaign, which you got to spend serious time and effort to get that to work because it's competitive and it's technical and very easy to screw up. This is very easy, as you will see when you log in to your platform to run and set up these ads, and the return is good. The volume may not be astronomically high, but why not get it? You might be able to get an additional 20% more revenue into your company, into your site/brand, if you go ahead and use this platform in addition to everything else you're doing. It's just another notch on your belt, or the thing that you can do that'll bring in sales profitably for your brand. As you advertise online, that's what you want to basically do. You want to try everything out that might work, do the tracking, which part of the reason why this works so good as well is you can do your tracking via the Crieto platform itself, and where it doesn't work, you can be willing to spend less for the traffic. And then there's a point where the traffic you pay as little as necessary to get an ROI that's acceptable to your brand. And you may get less sales, but at least the sales you have come in that are valuable to you. And then you go to the next platform, see what you can do there. Start out not making money. Figure out what the clicks are worth. Lower your bid per click to a certain level where it does get you the ROI you need. Then you go to the next platform. And there's so many platforms out there now that you can advertise on. This is how you ratchet up how much, to make a ton of money in your business. Some platforms, this is going to take 6-12 months to get, even for it to be profitable for you up front, like Google and Facebook. Whereas these platforms is pretty much right away. You're going to be able to make money because the advertising is so targeted and reaches somebody who is so qualified as a buyer. There's not that many levers to pull. On Google, their algorithm has to figure out the people that are looking for blue shoes. Even the people that search for blue shoes and you target blue shoes as a keyword, there's 1 to 5% there that when they get to your blue shoes on your product page, that'll convert at a high rate, that'll make money for you. And the algorithm's got to figure that out, not just for people who search for blue shoes, but shoes that are blue, blue sandals, different ways that people are searching for it. And then the algorithm has to figure out how to find customers for you in each one of those individual instances. And there's just not that many different options going on this platform. It's simple. The algorithm that they do have that powers these ads that you're going to run on these platforms there's not that many variables there. So therefore it can work quicker. So it works quicker, but the return isn't going to be as high when it does work as something like Google, whereas Google has a lot of work you have to put in to get it to work, but has a massive, massive potential when you can eventually get it to work. So less work, less potential overall return in terms of volume, whereas other platforms like Google, high investment in terms of time and money to get it to work, but there's tons of more volume there you can get in terms of sales volume. Anyway, that gives you a general idea of kind of what can be done with this, how you go about doing it, basically what you want to do. In summary, if you can get Amazon ads, Walmart ads working for your brand, you absolutely want to try this. And unless you're doing something super exotic, and even then, there's probably at least one site on the advertiser list that you can make money by advertising on that site. So, and certainly getting on Target, which is probably the site that has the most traffic potential out of the list of sites, that can take time to get your products listed there, but it has more potential. Going back to that whole cost benefit analysis of yes, it's going to take more time to get you going, get it set up, but then once it can bring in a lot more sales volume. That's kind of the rule of running ads. If it was easy and it brought in a lot of sales, somebody else would have done it already. So you can get a bunch of small wins with certain things that take little to no time to set up right, or you can get really huge wins with things that take more effort and time and money to get set up right. Target, I recommend advertising there as well, and I've got separate videos I just made about Target advertising and how and why it's so profitable and why you want to get on that for sure as well. Whereas in some of these other sites, we're bringing a small amount of sales, but also isn't going to take you too much time to even advertise on those sites. The requirement isn't the same. You don't even have to list your products on their site like I mentioned. So with all that said, I'll wrap it up with that. Hopefully you got a lot of value out of this video. And if you do have any questions, leave me a comment below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a comment on this channel, usually within a couple days' time. If you have any ad-related questions at all, by the way, leave me a comment below as well. I love to be able to help my viewers get to the bottom of certain things that they're doing as a way of just giving back to the people who take the time to invest in watching the videos I have on my channel here. Help the channel grow. Beyond that though, I'd appreciate it if you give the video a like if you saw a lot of value in what I shared with you, which of course will bring a lot of value if you go ahead and try this out. Trust me on that. And if you like the channel, you should subscribe, as I have a ton of other content on this channel about how to sell products profitably and make a lot of money, not just with this Crieto platform, but all platforms, Google, Facebook, and stuff, to get that working too. So, and it comes from somebody who has 17 years of ad experience who does nothing but ad strategy all day long for clients. In that, most of the people that are sharing information on YouTube or whatnot are ghostwriters or people that are professional YouTubers that sell courses. This is coming straight from the source, what you get here on this channel, Guaranteed PPC. Furthermore, if you like the channel, you'll also like the blog that I have at guaranteedppc.com/blog, where you can also find other information from myself on how to make money with ads. Furthermore, on my column that I have also at entrepreneur.com, you'll find great information from myself. If you like the channel, you'll like my column there, and should stay tuned into my writings that I do there as well for the public. If you are looking for a fantastic ad management person who can help you get more sales / millions of dollars of sales a year in sales from your advertising, and you're not doing it now, you don't have time to do it now, or can't do it now because you don't know how, I'd love to be able to hear from you by reaching out to my firm at guaranteedppc.com. Let me know, what you're doing, and I'll give you a free analysis of what you're doing, what you should be doing, what sales results you can get from what you're doing, and the stuff that I would mention to you. And that is totally free, like I said. If you have something that's great, it looks like it will sell like crazy, but you just don't have the right online ads running for it, we can partner up and we'll take a fee only after you get some sales increase for your company, which is what our signature service is at our firm for the clients that we work with. But we don't work with just any client. You have to have something good that's worth marketing in the first place. But at the very least, you should reach out and get my free analysis, as I mentioned, I can offer. And beyond that, if you aren't looking for an ad manager, but you want to be able to take a shortcut on the results that you're ultimately looking for your business or brand, we offer campaign templates to people as well. We've had people that reach out to us. They're not the right client, but we've already gotten results in your space already, and maybe you're not the right fit for us because you're just starting out, you're pre-revenue or something like that. You can actually buy the campaign templates that we've already put together for your market already. Like such as if you're in the plumbing space, we already got ads that work great in the plumbing industry for a client because we ran ads in that space for several years. We know exactly what ads and landing pages and everything work for that market, and we know the results we can get in that market in terms of cost per lead, closing rate on those leads, everything. And so if you're in that market, you could just use the templates we have for that market, campaign templates, ad templates, landing page templates, copy and paste it over into your brand, your accounts, and get the same results for your brand with none of the work. And for a one-time fee of just getting and copying the information we have that works for that market inside Google and so forth. So if you're interested in that and to see if we've worked in your market before, reach out to my firm also. I'd be happy to let you know what markets we worked in. We worked in 100+ markets already, though, and what results we got in those markets, as well as what results we got in your market will be revealed to you when you reach out to us to see if we have worked in your market and what results you can get in your market with our campaign templates. We'll wrap it up with that though. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, saw a lot of value out of it, and you'll come back and I'll see you on my next video where we have another great strategy for you then. See you later.